All right. We're back, and it's time for a draft. We're gonna be trying to play some Guilds of Ravnica here. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you like the show, don't forget to give it that thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, don't forget to subscribe. For those of you coming back, we just finished our first time playthrough, our how-to guide, if you will, how to get started, how to spend the beginning resources that you have to the fullest that I believe that you could do that. It involves a little bit of research, knowing what you want to go for before you ever even get started. Whether you want to take the route I did and go for the mono blue wizards deck, or you want to try to build a different deck. My biggest piece of advice for that is, as always, make sure that you know what you want to do before you just start spending your rare cards and your wild cards just all willy-nilly. So there's somebody out there named Willie. He's like, I'm not nilly. But anyway, now we're going to be jumping into either a draft or a sealed. I think that we might be doing some sealed, because it looks like draft is M19. I'm going to wait just a moment here. This may definitely become a sealed Guilds of Ravnica stream instead of draft. Just it depends on what our audience members here want to do. We've got a couple audience members that actually paid for this, so we're gonna see what they want to do. I think as of right now we have the core set draft, which we could do. Drafts are not that expensive. I think it's the sealed event that we were saying draft, but I think it's the sealed event that we were wanting to do. You need 2,000 for the sealed event, and I think that's probably what we were actually talking about, doing a pre-release here, because I don't think anybody wants to just go back through M19. We want to see the new stuff, right? So hopefully we got Barry and Rush here. You guys are okay with doing sealed instead of draft? Let's sealed for you. You leave it up to Rush and others. You've never drafted. Oh, okay. Sealed for Rush. Rush said leave it up, or Barry said leave it up to Rush. Marcus wants to see sealed. We'll see what else we get. We get some other people, saying draft. We'll do draft. If you guys want to do sealed, we'll do sealed. The good news is with the money that Barry sent me, we were actually able to get 3,000 gems. So we'll actually be able to do both. Probably not going to be able to do both tonight, because I do need to get to Lincoln at some point. My wife has got to be awake in the morning, so we're only going to be able to do one of these events tonight. So we'll do a sealed event. We'll play the sealed. We'll build our deck with our sealed packs and things like that. I'm curious to see how the pre-release goes here on Magic Arena. So this'll be a lot of fun. Well, either way, when we play the sealed event, we're going to get these 6 packs. And as long as we play, we're going to get 3 additional packs. You can see your prize pool here at the bottom. The prizes say that you're going to get 200 gems and 3 packs if you win. If you win multiple games, and we can win all the way up to 7 games. So if we win, quite a few games, we can actually get our money back as far as the gems go, and we're going to get 3 extra packs no matter what. So a sealed event is going to give you 9 total packs just for playing. So that'll be a lot of fun. So I think that we should probably do sealed, because a draft is nowhere near what you guys paid for. So I mean, we have enough to do a sealed and a draft. So we can do a draft. I guess we can do a draft tomorrow. We're still waiting about another 2 or 3 days before we have all the cards available to us on MTGO, and then at that point we don't have to worry about grinding out these cards and things like that. So first loss for the Izzet deck. Well, dude, sounds like your Izzet deck is doing well. I hope mine does as well. So, all right, guys, I'm not going to dilly-dally around any longer. We're going to go ahead and jump into this sealed event, and let's hope it goes well. All right, so we've got 6 packs to open and build with. Here we go. These are our rares. Okay, so for our rare cards, we did get a Watery Grave, so we're winning there, right? I've got to close this out so that you guys actually have one moment. Let me fix this so you guys can actually see without lag. There we go. All right, so we've got Watery Grave. We've got Runaway Steamkin. This is not a bad card. This is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we get some more red cards. This will be a really good hit. Mnemonic Betrayal. And now exile all cards from all opponents' graveyards. You may cast those cards this turn. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color, any type to cast those spells. At the beginning of your next end step, if any of the spells remain exiled, return them to their owner's graveyards. Exile Mnemonic Betrayal. So that's a pretty cool mythic. We got Unmoored Ego. You get to choose a card, and that's not going to be that great in sealed, I don't think. So you get to choose a card and then pretty much say, hey, you're not going to be playing with that card. We did get a Doom Whisperer. This card, a lot of people are really excited about Doom Whisperer. I think that Doom Whisperer is going to be terrific in a guild or in this game. So we're probably going to be playing with our Doom Whisperer here, especially with our mana fixing that we have. So it definitely looks like we're going to be in black here just based off of our bombs. Now, Mausoleum Secrets here. It's an instant speed. Search your library for a black card when converted mana cost equal or less or equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. So this is not a bad card, especially if we're trying to search up our Doom Whisperer. The only thing we need is to have 5 creature cards in the graveyard, and we can go from there. So yeah, as long as we get a pretty decent pull for the remainder of our cards here, we should be all right. So here we go. Let's take a look at our white cards. So for white cards, we got Haunted Witness, which is just a 1 mana. When Haunted Witness dies, you get to make a 1/1 white soldier creature token with lifelink. That's not horrible. Righteous Blow deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature for 1 mana. So it's kind of like Shock, but you can only burn to creatures, and they have to be attacking or blocking. First Strike Mentor on a 2 mana creature here. So I do like running, two mana creatures. First Strike and Mentor seems pretty good, especially if you have some other 1 mana creatures or 1 power creatures. Another 10th District Guard here. This is not bad. It enters the battlefield, target creature is going to get +0/+1. If it had flash or something like that, that would be great, but I don't think that this is going to be like the most amazing card. So I'm not really thrilled about it, but it is a 2 mana 2/2. So then we have a 3 mana 3/1 with Mentor. This needs like First Strike or something to be really, really good. Luminous Bonds. This is a great piece of removal. So if we do end up in white, then we can play something like Luminous Bonds. And then, of course, Rock Charger, flying when it attacks target attacking creature without flying, gains flying until end of turn. So that will happen before block. So that's great. Candlelight Vigil. Enchanted creature gets +3/+2 and has Vigilance for 4 mana. That's not horrible. Then Convoke, a 2/4 with Convoke for 4 mana. And then Intrusive Pack Beast, Vigilance. It's a 5 mana 3/3 with Vigilance. It enters the battlefield. Tap up to 2 target creatures the opponent controls. Seems cool. Loxodon Restore, the Convoke. When it enters the battlefield, you're going to gain 4 life. It is a 6 mana Convoke though, so that is a thing. We get some really good cards here in blue by the looks of it. So in blue, we have target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn, and you can jumpstart that. That'd be really good if we do have some big dudes that don't fly and we just want to get in, get some damage done. So that's not bad. Looks like we definitely may have some stuff for Surveil. Defender, whenever you surveil, put a +1/1 counter on Thoughtbound Phantasm. As long as Thoughtbound Phantasm has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, it can attack as though it didn't have defenders. So I mean, once this becomes a 5/5, it becomes the real deal. And if we do have enough surveil mechanics in our deck, then this will be absolutely terrific. So this is definitely on the playable list here. Pass Wall Adept, target creature can't be blocked this turn if we pay 3 mana. And then Unexplained Disappearance. This is a really, really good card. I liked it earlier when we played around with it. So return target creature to its owner's hand, and it has that Surveil on it. So Surveil's starting to look good there. Wall of Mist, it's a 2 mana, 0/5. Now, I'm not like opposed to playing Wall of Mist, so like this is not the most devastating thing in the world. But I am definitely liking some of the creatures we have. When this enters the battlefield, 3 mana, 1/4. When it enters the battlefield, we're going to be able to Surveil 2. So that's great. Capture Sphere. Flash, enchant creature. When Capture Sphere enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature, and enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. This is not a bad piece of removal. It is 4 mana, but we will be able to remove a particular creature from combat pretty much forever. Just tapping it down and saying, sorry, buddy. Devious Cover-Up. Counter target spell. If that spell was countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may shuffle up to 4 cards from your graveyard into your library. This may actually be really, really good for us. We seem to have pulled 3 copies of this spell. It is a common, so multiple copies of a counter spell here. Murmuring Mystic. Now, this is a terrific card. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery spell, we're going to be able to create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token. So I'm liking where we're at in blue so far. Muse Drake here. It's a 4 mana 1/3 flyer. When Muse Drake enters the battlefield, draw a card. It does have flying though. I do like drawing cards. Not great, like real happy about paying 4 mana for a 1/3. Dead Weight, great piece of removal. So I'm liking cards like the Dead Weight here. I'm liking cards like Doom Whisperer. So definitely thinking that I'm wanting to play with some of our blue and black spells. Let's look at the rest of our black spells here. When this enters the battlefield, each opponent will discard a card. It is a 2 mana 1/1, but you are going to get a little bit of card advantage right off the bat. Mausoleum Secrets, we talked about this one a minute ago. This is probably going to be great in our deck as long as we can put plenty of creatures in the deck. But then again, we are wanting to surveil. So depending on how things work, we may or may not be able to use this to search up a particular black spell. And what I'm seeing that we're going to want to search up is going to be our Doom Whisperer. So we will need some cards for that. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Surveil 2. Probably not a bad card. So I kind of like that. I'm loving the Surveil mechanic. Never Happened. I like the name on this. Never Happened. Dimir Assassins have the precision to slay a single memory. Right? Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and that from that player's graveyard or hand, and exile it. So you can actually pick a card from their graveyard and exile it. This is probably going to be decent. Plague Crafter. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. It's pretty good. Dim. It has played the best today. Boros has been the worst. Well, thank you, Vinny. I take it you've been playing some. Do you think drafting on Arena has any value? Cards themselves on Arena do not have value. Okay, so if one of the big things that people draft for is they draft to get cards. And if you win, you gain more cards and things like that. So if you're trying to build your collection, I think draft is going to have some value, right? You can hate draft, you can do things like that. I don't think that it's going to benefit you to hate draft at all. So you can just pull for the cards that you need if you need to do that in draft. But all in all, I don't think, unless you're trying to build your collection, I don't know that draft's going to have a lot of value for you, other than just getting reps in. A draft on Arena is only going to cost. It'll cost less than $10, so drafting on Arena is going to be a lot cheaper than drafting anywhere else. But you're not going to be able to like sell those cards or anything like that. So you're ready for this set. 2 boxes pre-ordered. Seems good, Nick. Seems good. Remember, guys, if you want to pre-order cards, if you want to go ahead and order Guilds of Ravnica, you can order those on Amazon.com. There's a link in the description box below. If you shop there, it's not going to cost you anything more than what you're already going to pay for it. I think the boxes are 94 bucks a piece on Amazon, and the channel will get a little cut out of that. So if you guys want to do that, you can. Back to the sealed here. Spinal Centipede. When it dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. That's not horrible. Bartizan Bats. It's a 3/1 with flying. This is probably a good card. And then, of course, our Doom Whisperer is phenomenal. And then we've got a 4/5 Dowsing Lights. And then we've got a Lotlith Giant. This card's great. Enters the battlefield. If we've got some things in the graveyard, it's going to be huge. We may want to go, we may not want to go blue. We may want to go black-red. So let's take a look at the black or the red spells we have. I know that we want to be in black from our mana or from our pools, but we may want to be in red too because we do have a Runaway Steamkin. So that might be worth it. So let's take a look. We can give target creature +1/+1 and it'll gain haste until end of turn. We can have that laying around in the graveyard to be able to use it again later. Jumpstart works good with our Surveil cards, things like that, so it may be worth looking into. Whenever we cast an instant or sorcery, Electrostatic Field deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's another defender that we might be able to get some damage out of. This is a 1/3 with trample that will gain +1/+0 until end of turn every time we cast an instant or sorcery spell. Of course, our Runaway Steamkin will just get larger and larger the more we cast spells. So casting red spells will put a +1/1 counter on it. We can remove 3 +1/1 counters from it to add 3 red mana to our mana pool. So if we need to like just jump up in the converted mana, like if we have something really big we want to cast, we could just start removing those spells or removing those +1/1 counters. But more times than not, you just want to, just keep ramping this up, making it bigger and bigger. So, how much time do we have to actually build the deck? You've got as much time as you need. So we don't even have to complete all the games tonight. So if we just go on this winning streak or something like that. We don't have to we don't have to play all 7. I'm going to try to play as many as we can, but you don't have to play all 7 games at one time. Once you have the event open, that's one of the perks. You can play this as you go throughout the day, throughout the week. There will be a time limit when these close out, so you do need to do it before the end of the time limit. But that's usually days, not a matter of small amounts of time. So it won't get bigger than a 4/4. Why not? Oh, if it has fewer than 3 counters on it, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. It will not get bigger than a 4/4. I have been looking at this. I have evaluated this entire card wrong. I thought that it would just keep growing. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a thing. Direct Current, dealing 2 damage to any target, may or may not be good. I'm sure that it's going to be great. I love removal. Can't attack alone, but it is a 3/3 for 3 with Mentor. Cosmotronic Wave. Cosmotronic Wave deals 1 damage to each creature an opponent controls. Creatures your opponent control can't block. This could be just an absolutely game-winning card. So it could be good, could not. Oh, good. You thought it was timed like an actual event? No. We can, like, if we don't get through with it tonight, like if this goes very late, we can always do more of it later. So Barging Sergeant, Haste Mentor, 4/2. It's not horrible. Book Devourer. Oh, that beast just eats them books, doesn't he? Alright, so it's got Trample, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may discard all the cards in your hand. If you do draw that many cards, ooh, I don't know how much I like that. And Inescapable Blaze, This spell can't be countered. It deals 6 damage to any target. Instant speed. This is probably playable. In sealed, this is probably playable. Crushing Canopy, dealing let's look at. So we can create a green-white elf or destroy target artifact or enchantment. This has Convoke. 3/2 Vigilance. We've got Undergrowth. Haste 0/0 enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each creature card in your graveyard. That's probably not bad. Wild Certok. Ceratok. It's pretty cool. It's like a rhino with 3 horns. Big old. That's a cool looking creature. Siege Worm. 7 mana. For a Convoke Trample 5/5. Ooh. All right. So in Dimir, we get some really good cards here. We've got a Notion Rain. That's awesome. It's a common. I wish we would have gotten more copies of it, but Notion Rain looks great. Mnemonic Betrayal. This card's okay. It would allow us to spend, like cast some cards from our opponent's graveyard. Dimir Spybug. Whenever we surveil, put a +1/1 counter on the Spybug. I like the Spybug if we're going to be going the surveil route. So I'm kind of fond of those. Artful Takedown. Tap target creature. Target creature gets -2/-4 until end of turn. So this is not horrible. It's a decent little piece of removal. We've got some blue-black Guild Gates. We're definitely looking like we're really set to be in blue-black. Discard a card. Erstwhile Trooper gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. And then Rhizome Lurcher enters the battlefield with a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. This could also be a phenomenal play. Undercity Uprising. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So this would be a decent little piece of removal if we end up in green-black. But from what I can see, I think we're going to end up... We know we're in black. I think that we're going to end up in blue-black. So let's start building. So let's say we want all of this stuff. I'm not 100% on Mnemonic Betrayal. I'm not 100% on that card yet. Alright, so let's... we know we want the Lothlith Giant, because that's huge. We know we want Doom Whisperer. We're probably going to want the Bats. We want as many creatures, especially cheap creatures, as we can. So let's grab creatures. Never Happened is probably going to be pretty good. Just being able to remove like a big threat is going to be great. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. It's probably not that bad. Then of course, so for right now we've got, for lands, we've got 1, 2, 3, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so they've got 17 lands in our deck, so we've got a lot of room left to pick some cards. Let's say we do want our search. I definitely want everything with Surveil on it. This is going to make our opponents discard cards. It's a creature. I definitely want the dead weight. Let's go look at blue spells. Do we make target creature flying? I mean, this works really good with Surveil. I think I want the Murmuring Mystic, even though we don't have a ton of instants and sorceries to be casting, but I think I want those. So we'll go with the Defender, and we'll try to Surveil as much as possible. Definitely want the Return. We definitely want the Informant. And Maximum Altitude. Do we really want that? I know I want the Capture Sphere. We've got 4 cards left that we can use. These are the only blue and black cards we have left. Counter target spell. And we get to put cards from our graveyard back into our library so that we can just like keep playing through our... That may not be that bad. We've got 4 spots left for cards. So let's go with... Let's go with our wall and a couple devious cover-ups. I kind of want the Muse because it allows us to draw cards. Do we want Mnemonic Betrayal as a big bomb? Is there anything else? Did we get anything colorless that we might want to play? No, no blue-black split cards or anything like that. I don't think we're splashing into another color. I think that we're just about done here. If this had flying, I would play it. So maybe we just get something that gives everything flying. If this was instant speed, it would be so much better. I don't know if I want 3 devious cover-ups, though. Maybe we do. Maybe we just want the Drake for a higher creature count. So it's either an additional devious cover-up or the Muse Drake, I think. Possibly the maximum altitude, but you'd play all 3 counters and get that big 4/5, a 4/5 for 4. So if we want the 4/5, then, or the 4/5 for 5. So if we want the 4/5, then we need an additional, like we need to remove something else. I mean, it's okay, but I don't think it's exactly what we want. Maybe it is. Maybe we don't want the rats. I mean, our curve's looking pretty decent here on spells. So we do have a lot of 3 and 4 drops. We don't have a ton in 5 and 6. We've got 2 drops, 5 drops. The red is non-creature. The blue is creature spells. So we can see we're kind of split between creatures and non-creatures. Yeah, devious cover-ups taking the majority of our 4-drop slot, and then everything else is kind of low to the ground. So maybe we do need the other big dude. So let's go back over here. Let's say we're going to grab that, and I really don't like running Dousing Lights. Or Dowser of Lights, but that's okay. Like, Plague Crafter, like Plague Crafter may not be the greatest thing in the world. Maybe not Wall of Mist. We don't necessarily need Wall of Mist, but Wall of Mist is pretty decent in these times. You're a fan of Drakes, of course. Okay. I think I'm going to take out the Wall of Mist. The Drake seems good. I think that we don't need 3 copies of Devious Cover-Up because we are going to be trying to like play things. So I'm going to go 2 of the counters and run the Drake. I just want more creatures. So when we look at this, you know, we can see that we want just a little bit more creatures here. So all in all, we should be okay. I like that it gives you all of these deck options and analysis for your decks, so that's pretty good. 43% of the deck is lands, so we've got a pretty good chance at drawing our lands. So, and we can always come back and adjust this later, so we're going to hit done. And we've got our sealed deck. Can we name it? No? Alright, so we're just going to hit play. and we'll see what happens. Oh, get rid of the 3 mana card that looks at our opponent's hand and removes their bomb. We could do that. So this is a fairly reactive hand. We don't have a lot of things going on, but this is sealed. It's not standard. If we pull some more lands, we could probably do some really great things. I think we keep it. I really think we keep it. I mean, we can get our 3/1 flyer in there. So let's go for it. We have a 17 mana deck, so I feel decent about that. So we should be alright. Although, this is Magic. Everything could just go completely wrong, right? We play our Dimir Guildgate and pass the turn. Piffering Imp. Capture Sphere. Alright. Well, we're just going to pass the turn. We want to hit a land, and we want our opponent to put out a couple more 1-drops. Like, we want him to spend his turns putting out 1-drops, so... You choose a non-land card. Wow. That imp is good, y'all. Flying, pay 2. Oh, you have to sacrifice it to be able to do that. Burning through my timeouts here. I really want this other land. So, I'm going to go ahead and surveil 1 here. We can't cast that, so we'll put that in the graveyard. We did hit a land drop, so now we can just pass the turn. Ooh, 3 colors. Very ambitious. Dark Agent. Never happened. Let's see what the opponent has. Okay, so he's got a Notion Rain, which would give him a lot of value. Sacrifice another creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. I think I'm going to take the Notion Rain. So I'm done. We're going to click Notion Rain, have him throw that away. So, sorry opponent, I know you wanted to use that Notion Rain. Did he have Surveil abilities? He did not. This is not going to be that great. So let's go ahead and Notion Rain. So I'm going to put that in the graveyard. I'm going to draw the land. That's pretty good. We just got one of our counter spells, or not counter spells, but our removal spells, which will work really well to remove one of these. We are going to take some more damage here, though, so we do need things to start happening. We have 1 creature in our grave. Okay, so we do have some ways to deal with things. This is only -1/-1 till end of turn. That would put us at 5. Putting the bats down would help a little bit. Flash would stop a little bit of damage. I think we basically let him untap. And you'll see that I put a stop up here in his upkeep. So during his upkeep, I'm going going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and Artful Takedown. I want to do both. So we're going to say done. Alright, target creature. Tap target creature. So we want to tap this, kill that. Is that right? That should be right. It's the way they're printed on the cards, so I am burning through my timeout here, though. Alright, so House Guild Mage. Okay. Maybe Mystic Vapors is just not a good card. Alright, he did sack it. Perfect. I was kind of expecting that. So I assume that he's going to take our Doom Whisper. Choose it. Yep. Oh, he took Dowser of Lights? Really? Okay. I guess that's because we could cast it. These are both tap abilities. This one's pretty good to stop. The bats will be pretty decent. Target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. You can surveil. I think we play the bats. Pelt Collector. Pelt Collector, whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector, put a +1/+1 counter on Pelt Collector. No blocks. Alright, so now we're turning on some other things. Doom Whisper is going to be great with our Surveil. I think we just play the Doom Whisper. And then I'm just going to go ahead and Crushing Canopy. No. Okay. Well, now I have to. Yeah, well, we knew he had the Crushing Canopy, but I'm going to have to not attack, so. Search your library for a black card with converted mana cost. It's okay. We can shuffle this back into our library. We have some options. It's not over yet. Wow. Creeping Chill. So we take 3 here. Okay, so this is going to work out terrific. We'll go ahead and get rid of the Pelt Collector now. And then we can Capturing Sphere this. So we'll go ahead, pass the turn. It does have flash, so we can do that on our opponent's turn. He drew a land. So we'll go to attacks. He did not attack. So I assume that he's going to Surveil 2. And then that will be the end of that. Can we stabilize at 2 life? Black spell from our deck. Let's just surveil 2 here. So we can go... I think we put the Watery Grave, because we can't afford to bring it in untap. And then just keep the land on top. So we know we're going to draw our land for our giant next turn. Have you guys seen the new art and things that are on Magic Online? They've put new things on Magic Online. So we're gonna deal a little damage to the opponent here. Now we've got a big 6/6 dude. We get a Buried Drake special. It's actually going to come in handy here. We draw an additional card. We can play our land for the turn. Definitely going to go to combat. And we're going to try to end this before our opponent can kind of dig his way out of it. So... This could continue to get good for us. 13, yeah, if we make this attack, then we only need to attack one more time with the giant to win the game. So, even though it was a little bit hairy, we might have pulled this out. So, okay, so you can't actually go look for that. This card will only search for a black card. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Enters the battlefield, return target land card from your graveyard to your hand. It costs 1 less. Okay, so I am going to go look for a card here. We can get something with converted mana cost 4 or less that's a black spell. So let's go ahead and do that. So we get the Spy Bug. We get each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. None of these are exactly what we're looking for. Flying Menace, Surveil's decent. Putting a +1/1 counter on something is going to be good. This doesn't have trample, so. All right, so we get a Guild Gate. We'll play our Centipede. All right, so attack. Do we trade? Oh my God, bro. What? What'd I do? He had to sacrifice a creature. Yeah, he would sacrifice this creature, not the other creature. But we would have to sacrifice a creature too, right? We would both have to sacrifice a creature. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. So this is kind of our only way out right here. And then we need to draw something very good off the top. I don't know what it could be. There's a Dream Eater. That's pretty good. So that's going to be the game, because Dream Eater is going to return this to our hand after he surveils. So yeah. So that, yeah, it can sacrifice itself. So yes, it can sacrifice itself, but he would have just sacrificed the creature that is tapped down. Like, what would you do? I mean, if you had a creature that could no longer untap and things like that, and somebody said, sack a dude, you're going to sacrifice the one you're attacking with and blocking with and basically winning the game with, or, right? It's just, you're not going to be able to get away with that. Like, it just wasn't what we needed. We needed an absolute kill. So, unfortunately, it wasn't there. Yeah. You're good. You're good, George. Like, basically, that card was only going to make him get rid of a card we had already dealt with. So I didn't feel like it was the greatest thing that we could get. I am interested in what we've got going on here. We've got some early plays. We don't have black mana, though, which worries me a little bit. But all in all, I think we should be okay. Yeah, I'll keep. Alright, here we go. So now we just need to surveil a bunch. Like, if we would have had more life, I would have surveilled off of our demon while we had him. But we did not have the life to play around with. This hand's going to hurt me. What is going on? I'm passing turn and stuff, and I can hear it, but it's not happening. Like, things are happening right now, but I don't see it. Everything's frozen. Hello? MTG Arena? Hello? MTG Arena? MTG Arena! Alright, Wizards. I want my money back for this. What has happened? Okay, so I'm going to close out Arena and see if we can just reopen it and go from there. So, yeah. Your reward was a wanted scoundrel. Thanks. My reward was a wanted scoundrels. You want to play the Dimir this weekend? Sweet. Dimir does seem sweet. Zeus's Days, what's up? How are you? Okay, so the game is frozen directly in the middle of our league here. So I'm hoping that Wizards has some reimbursement program, because that is horrible. Like, who wants that to happen in the middle of a league? So yeah, that's absolutely horrible. Like, if we can, we'll reimburse this and we'll play it again. So they may take all the cards we got, but I'm okay with that if it just isn't tainted. All right, so we're right back in the thick of things. We've probably lost all of our timeouts. Whoa, what happened? So our opponent's done a bunch of things. We're still at 20 life. That's cool. I'm going to play the Plague Crafter. I'm going to sacrifice it. The opponent's got to sacrifice something now. So he gets rid of his Guild Mage or his Mentor dude, which means this thing can't attack. Well, at least we got black mana. It turns out 2 turns passed without us being able to do anything there. So, so this needs counters on it. The Drake can fly, but it can't stop that. The Brazilian Bats can stop that. Actually, I'm okay with taking a little hit in the air. So if he wants to attack, he'll Mentor. This has got Mentor. then we'll have to Drake and bats to be able to kill this. Mentor. And of course, we're going to put the counter here. We need death touch creatures. Like, where are all the death touch creatures? Oh, that's going to be good. Okay, so we get to return this to his hand. So we can actually do both here. We can go Burglar Rats. Make our opponent discard one of the last cards in his hand. He discarded Rumbleboar. Alright. So we're going to take 5 here. Things are freezing again. Like, I can't see anything. I'm moving my mouse because these are the things that I want to do. So now I'm playing blind, guys. Like, we're playing blind. The game just keeps freezing. And so now we gotta surveil. Sure, I guess I keep whatever's there. So I guess we restart the game again. I mean, like, am I gonna have to keep doing this, Wizards? This is pretty crappy right now. I'm not gonna lie. This is yeah, it seems like there's some major bugs here. I mean, bug sucks, but it's beta. It is beta. It is a beta. But yeah, the game does look really good. I'm not going to deny that at all. The game looks terrific, and it looks like we're going to be able to have a lot of fun with it. I'm happy that the wipe has already happened, so we're just gonna get back into it and go from there. For those of you that are wondering about the free code for 3 packs, you can get 3 packs if you use the promo code PLAY Ravnica. Capital P, capital R, and no spaces. Yeah, it froze mid-block. We couldn't block anyway, so I tried to cast a spell without seeing, and I tried to target the flyer. We'll see when we come back if I actually was able to target the flyer. I have no clue what we surveilled. I could have surveilled anything, anywhere, I don't know. So, we were stuck in the middle of surveil, and I couldn't see the card, so restarted the game again. So, it looks like this may just keep freezing on us, and if that's the case, then we'll be playing this again later. So, what did I surveil? I don't know. We don't know what I surveilled. Alright, so we can go land, play the Drake. Can we play the Drake? Oh, we're on the opponent's turn because we just lost our turn. We don't have any timeouts left, so we just keep losing our turns. Because we're having to restart. So our opponent's just kind of like beating us to death. He just exiled our dude. I don't know why this one big land is up here the way it is. This is feeling real shitty, guys. Like, real shitty. So I can deal with the flyer permanently. So now I just don't have to worry about the flyer. But I've still taken 6 here when I could have no blocks. I should have blocked. 5-2. Right? That's a thing. Okay, so we can get a 3-powered flyer. We can capture the sphere. We can go... Yeah, that's about all we can do. Is tap something down and then chump block, but we die to all chump blocks. That's game. It's game. We didn't get a chance to play one of our turns, which would have definitely changed things, being able to capture Sphere. It's pretty shitty, Wizards. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty shitty. MTG, you wasting, right? I'm gonna try to get this reimbursed. I will. I will definitely send a message and go, hey, look, like I've got video proof. We just kept freezing, missing our turns, things like that. So I'll try to get this reimbursed. And if we get it reimbursed, then we'll just play it again. So I won't use it on something else. I'll just simply replay it. Because that's twice in a row. Yeah. Right? Like, come on. Now we're trying to play. It won't even let us play. We can go back and look at our deck. Save and exit. We can go home. We can go to resume. We'll try to play the last game. Yeah, this is enough to piss me off, right? Like, we missed an entire turn where we would have been able to put out another blocker, or we would have been able to put out a removal spell. So, yeah, it's pretty crappy. Yeah, this is enough. Yeah, this is annoying. This is tilting, right? If you hit Wizards up, I'm sure you. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get it back. So I'm like, hopefully they have the means to be able to reimburse people and stuff like that. So this doesn't look like a bad hand. We've got our Informant, we've got our Mystic, things like that. We don't really have the cards to support Mystic, but if we do hit some instants and sorceries, you know, that getting a little bit of value off of it's going to be great. But it's a 4-mana 1/5. It's a good wall. Used to get coins back from Wizards all the time. Yeah, I have actually never used a reimbursement program. I mean, I know they have you know, reimbursement things or whatever. So I know they do it on Magic Online. People have told me about it. Like, hey, you can just go get this reimbursed. I've never really asked for anything back like that. So yeah, yeah. But I'm not a Wizards sponsored MTG Arena streamer. Like, if you look at everyone that's streaming right now, they're all sponsored by Wizards. Let's just make him discard a card. James. Yeah, but the entire thing has been corrupted now, which breaks my heart. Like, I wanted to do better with this pre-release event here, this sealed event. So, James, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. Much love to you, sir. Okay, here we go. Maybe we can at least win one more game, right? Just win out from here. We've got 2 losses in. Now the game will play good, or play well, however how you want to say it. So let's make him discard this, or kill this little dude. We'll get rid of our 1/1. He can get rid of his 1/1. Oh, see, that was a bad play. I should have swung first, right? You think he would have blocked? Probably not. It's crashed on you a few times tonight too. Right, but crashing shouldn't make you just like move through your turns, right? Like, crashing on this, because of the way that the timeouts and things work, will make you just kind of move through your turns. It doesn't take long to get the game back up. And that's a lot better than Magic Online, because Magic Online takes like forever to get to rolling again. Okay. This is a good blocker here. Of course, Murmuring Mystic would have worked too. Capture Sphere and Thought Phantasm. Ooh. I think I want the Capture Sphere, but I also want the Thought Phantasm. Thought Phantasm's probably not as good as I want it to be. Yeah, Murmuring Mystic's probably horrible in this deck. No, he got us. The sound behind Surveil, doesn't that seem great? Like, I like it. Like, if we hit our Doom Whisperer, we can just, like, make Thought Bound Phantasm just start working. Child of Night. Child of Night seems great. I mean, I'll attack. So I guess he's looking at his mana. Ooh. Did he get me? Has this got Death Touch? Nope, no Death Touch, but he kind of got me there. Flash, Whisper Agent. Second run. Thank you guys. You guys are great. Welcome, Aiden. Where you been, buddy? I could have sworn you would have been at the earlier show we did today. You've done 2 drafts and you keep making Naya. Wow. What did he kill that with? Severed Strands. I'm going to go no blocks. I'm willing to take the damage here. We knew that we had the Capture Sphere coming. Like, what do we want to just be done with? Probably the 3/2. Wish this surveilled. We get this 3/1 flyer into play, we're going to be able to do some stuff. But for now, I think that I'm just going to stop one of these dudes. Although this is probably what we need to use to stop his bomb with. So maybe we have a little bit more time. I'm okay. I'm okay with making this trade. I mean, right? Everything closed out that time. So that may be me. No! We should be back. We should be back. We should be back. Like, everything should be back online. We should be back to rolling. Restarting the game now. So that might have actually been a hiccup in my internet, which seems weird. I'm like, what in the what? Right? Lazav is ass? You don't like Lazav? Oh. Yeah. Nah, Rush, you're talking butt. It's bollocks, man. It's bollocks. That's I think Lazav's pretty good. I think Lazav's pretty good. I mean, once you get him down, if you can just sit back with some creatures in your graveyard, and you can just kind of go from there. So, do we get to make a play? I tried to make the play that I wanted to make, but I don't know if it allowed it to happen. So you're going to make a straight burn deck. Oh my goodness, that 3-mana instant speed card that... Oh, it's not my turn anymore. I didn't get to play... Hey, I got my turn back. Oops. Yeah, you can do a lot of communicating with your opponent. You can pick hello, nice, thinking, oops, and good game. So never happen. Let's do that. Alright. Well, we want to see his hand, and we're going to take the trooper. We'll go to combat. Attack for 3 damage. I'm gonna just try to just go through this as quickly as we can. I would love to just win one more game. That's not bad. That's probably the card that we should capture sphere. Our opponent's like, nice! There's your 4-5. There's your big 4-5 rush. And we're just going to keep getting in for 3. If it's good enough for Delver, it's good enough for us. Oh, they need to add MTG crashed again to those choices. Right? And the opponent scoops it up. Hey, we won one. We won one. What a thing. Well, we got some prizes here. Hey, we got our second win. All right, let's see if we can get back into another game. Okay, we'll go home. So now we're in troubleshooting. So we'll go back to resume, and then we'll hit play. And that should let us play. Got him. Yeah, we did. Wasn't pretty, but it happened. We got cheated out of a couple turns, a couple other things, and we still seemed to get there. So, whew. Shouldn't we sideboard? There's no sideboards, and it's one game. It's not like normal Magic. Ooh, this is probably not good. Our opponent goes first. We are on the draw. We do have plenty of lands, but I don't want a 5-land hand. So a 3-land hand and some stuff seems pretty good. Dimir Spybug becoming a 2/2 seems good. I will keep that too. So we'll just draw that. Play our Dimir Guildgate. He played his Guildgate. So we can just play Spybug. If he's going to burn it, he's going to burn it. Okay, Boros Locket. Okay, so he's using mana fixing, which is fine. We'll go to combat. Start getting in with that Spybug. Flying Menace seems good. Take out that -1/-1 card. I'm I'm worried about like Boros and making a bunch of little dudes, goblin decks, stuff like that, or decks that can make a bunch of little dudes. So it's kind of just there. The hope is that we can get rid of it if we don't need it. But yeah, we can take it out after this game if you would like. See, it'd be good with this. Do these have lifelink? This is perfect. And we'll get to Surveil too, which will make our bug a little bit bigger. I kind of like Takedown, because that's removal. So I'm just going to hit done. I want the land on top, and then we'll draw the Takedown later. So we'll go attack. Like, we get to Devious Cover Up and some other things later. So we've got Dead Weight, we've got Unexplained Disappearance. We've got a couple good spells here. Ooh, the War Boss. All right, so we block that. We'll Dead Weight the War Boss. Seems good. Combat. And we're just gonna keep getting there with our 2/2 flying menace. Swath Cutter. It's definitely a thing. So we're just going to return it to his hand, kind of time walk him here a little bit. We'll say done. I'm just going to leave that on top. We got our Artful Takedown. We're going to go to combat, attack, swing for 3. So I assume he just like slams the Swath Cutter again. Risk factor. That's instant speed, dude. Okay. You may have it deal 4 damage. If you don't, so yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the 4. Got me. I think we just keep swinging for 3. Like that's the real plan here, is to just kind of tempo them out. Like just keep them from being able to play anything huge that's just too devastating. And man, you got me again, dude. You burned me for 8 with that spell. I love that spell, by the way. Risk factor is so good. Yeah. Yeah, that's getting a 4 in yeah, 4 of in your deck. I believe it. So now he's just trying to gain a little bit of life back, which is totally understandable. That's can't you can't. Damn it! There's a way around this. I know there's a way around this. I missed it. Oh, man. So I was supposed to Artful Takedown him last turn. Then we could have played the Plague Crafter, and he would have had to sacrifice a creature. Got to be a way around this. It's got to be a way around this. Don't have a counterspell. Don't have a counterspell. Just don't have a counterspell. Yeah, I didn't see it the turn that Niv came down. If I would have seen it, I could have done some stuff. Sack a dude, man. Sack a dude. Dang. Yes, Niv. So now we gotta sacrifice our dude. We have one creature in the graveyard. One creature. We're at one. We're at one. Niv Mizzet is so good. Yeah. Yeah, you can't counter Niv Mizzet, dude. Niv Mizzet is uncounterable. So he can tap this, pay 3, and deal 3 to us. So we have to kill it. Yeah, it was useless. So we've got 4, 5, 6. We can play the Informant and Surveil, and we can play the Plague Crafter. We could play... And we're at 1. We can't kill this, so if we can't kill this, then we're just dead. Good game. Good game. Yeah, Niv Mizzet's no joke, guys. For you guys wondering about like how good is this dragon? First off, you need to understand that the Scarab God's gone, and other big dudes like that are gone. Yeah, we were dead either way, Jeremiah. But yeah, the Scarab God's gone, Hazard's gone, Ronus is gone. I don't know how good, and we'll go claim our prizes. Okay, so we lost the gems, but either way, we were going to get the packs. So it was fun either way. So let's go open some packs. Let's see what we got, and we'll get something great, and it'll make it all worth it. We already have Chamber's Sentry. Okay. Moving on. Hey, Mythic Wildcard. So, hey, I pulled a Niv Mizzet too, guys. Or I pulled a Muldrotha, or whatever we want it to be. Gain control of target creature with power 2 or less, or return a creature, surveil 3, then return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Hey, the radical idea. Like, this card's real, guys. I really, really like this radical idea card. Like, this card seems great. Like, just great. How do those work? As far as the dual cards go, they're no longer like Aftermath or anything like that. So you basically just have a card that has 2 effects on it in your hand, and then you just get to pick which side you want. You can't splice them together by, if you were to pay 9, you can cast both halves of it or something like that. It doesn't have that ability. It doesn't have like an Aftermath. You're not going to cast the first half and then cast the second half from the graveyard. And I think a lot of people are going to make that mistake at the beginning because we're so used to Aftermath. Like, oh, well, the second half's played from the graveyard. No, it's not. Like, in your hand, it's basically 2 cards in one. You get to pick which one you want and then play it from there. So, it's worth it already, and the Mythic Wildcard is good too. I learn something every time you watch me play. Barry, like, you honor me constantly. I do try to inform things and stuff like that when I am informed, but not always, you know, the best informed. The most informed? Not always informed the most, like, whatever. Anyway, I did enjoy it, though. It was a lot of fun, and we'll get a draft in probably tomorrow midday or something like that. So if you guys are used to catching me late at night, then you'll be able to see that tomorrow. It'll be recorded and up for you guys to watch. So most knowledgeable, right? There we go. Anyway, that's how the split cards are going to work here. Play either half that you want. There's no Torrential Gearhulk, so you're not going to get around like casting and stuff like that because some of them are instant and sorcery and stuff like that. So, Commander, what? They have a split card in the Saska deck, so you already knew how those work. Awesome, great. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can contact Wizards. We'll have to go check out like report a bug. So support capture log. Okay. So apparently I've got a log here to capture. Using the link below, attach your log. Will provide additional helpful resources. All right, so I've got a captured log here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So, yeah, I'll report this to Wizards, and game kept closing out in the middle of an event, and it caused me to lose. I don't know if it caused me to like lose, but it definitely hurt our chances at winning for sure. So, all in all, though, man, when you first start up, there's this amazing like graphic, and that I wish we had a play button for it somewhere and let you guys see it. Because they put a lot of work into it. Like, they've put a ton of work into this game. And the game could end up being a lot of fun for those that are willing to just say, hey, this is going to be my Magic experience. I'm just going to, you know, play Magic, you know, like this. I'm going to build my collection here like this. Hopefully we'll get more of these over time. I would really like to see Wizards do something along the lines of, you know, those of us that were in beta or continue to be in beta when the game goes, you know, out of beta status. You know, I hope that there's something left that you can say, hey, look, this person has been playing since then, because they've got the original Vivian skin or something like that, and like you'll never see that again. I hope that they do something like that, that kind of, gives you that feel of, hey, I've earned something that no one else will ever be able to earn before or after this. And I expect all of those things to be purely cosmetic. But I really hope that they do something like that, because all of the big games that are grinds, they make certain things just worth it to have put in the work to do the grind. And I'm not going to deny by any means that this game's going to be a grind. It's 100% going to be a grind. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun, but I do think that it's going to be a grind. So it's going to be fun though. I'm definitely going to be playing some of it. It's going to be fun, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying Arena, because I do want to do more Arena streams. We're still going to do competitive decks and stuff like that over on Magic Online, where we can get all the cards and everything. And then as time goes on, we can possibly do some competitive decks over here on Arena as well. I'm definitely going to be trying to build my 3 decks over here on Arena, and I'm going to try to make those as competitive as possible as well. Just when we play Arena, we may only have certain decks to play with, and you guys will have to watch me play with the decks that I have for a little while. So I mean, that's where we're at on it. I mean, that's just how it's going to work. So you've pretty much stopped playing MTGO. What? Yeah. But yeah, as far as the them putting stuff in there like that, I really hope that they do. Like World of Warcraft and things like that, you have events that if you showed up for that event, you got something that you could show off, that after that event was over, no one would ever get it again. And I think that's really going to help people connect to the game and connect to the account. And it really wouldn't cost people it wouldn't cost Magic or Wizards anything more than just giving a different skin right here, right? Like giving a different Planeswalker skin, or giving a oh my God, you have this creature as your avatar instead of a Planeswalker, right? Like he's got the Phoenix instead of Sarkhan, or something like that, or the Dragon instead of Sarkhan. Like something like that wouldn't be too far-fetched, and it would just kind of be that little something that connected you to the game and made you want to stick with the game, not just for a small amount of time or for as long as it was fun and things, but it would make you connect with the game, and it would keep you coming for a lot longer. Hey, look, I've got this and I'm not giving it up, that sort of thing. So even if it was just like cool borders and stuff like that to put around them, these things would be, I think they would make it very personable. And if I had to give any feedback to the direction they're going, that'd be it. I think that would be the best. So you treat it like a local gaming store. When you can't get out, you'll buy $10 in gems and draft some. See, that seems great. That seems great. It's helping you get better at drafting too, and the matches are quick enough so that you can do 2 to 3 a night sometimes. See, that's awesome. That is awesome. I do like that the speed of the game is very, very fast. So I'm also extremely happy that all your donations will go to Arena and maybe 1 deck a month. Okay, that seems perfectly fine, Rush. Yeah, you got a deal there, man. You put your donations towards Arena, and I'll play Arena, and we'll do drafts. We'll do whatever you guys want to do, and then eventually we'll have cards, and we'll be able to play everyone's decks and stuff like that. So all in all, I think it's a great way for the casual player to really get a lot of Magic in, and I think that Magic Online, which, by the way, guys, has gotten an update. We've now got counters and pointers and some other cool stuff going on Magic Online that I think you guys are going to enjoy. They look a little bulky at first, but now you'll get this blue counter of this creature's making the ability. This creature over here is the target of that ability, and like it'll actually has pointers on it and stuff like that. So the next time we play Magic Online, you guys will be able to see that, but that shows that they're not giving up on Magic Online, that they are going to continue to support that. I think it's mainly because they know that that's where your competitive scene is. So for those casual players that want to build and everything, Arena is going to be great. And for those people that want to practice more in a highly competitive environment, then Magic Online is going to be great. So I think that we'll. I don't think that we will give up on Magic Online, but I'm also going to start doing some Arena streams. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys had fun hanging out with me. We did stay up very late compared to most nights. So you know, thank you all so much for everything you guys do to help out the channel and myself. I'm thrilled that you guys had fun, come hung out with me tonight. I hope we all learned something. I know that I've learned a few things. So we'll learn together. We'll move on together, and we'll see you next time. Good night, Moon. Good night, all. Good night, Rush. Oh, that's Barry. You've been very generous. Thank you very much. That was very cheeky, though. I like it. That was very cheeky. All right, guys. That's going to be it for me tonight. Rush is Barry Drake is our new stream boss. I already know what song he wants to go out on. So we're going to crank up the music. I'm going to let it play and wish you all a good night. Good night, everybody. Remember, coupon code Play Ravnica, capital P, capital R, no spaces, 3 packs. Enjoy. It's in the link in the description box below.